What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about photos that prove Canada is very different to the rest of the world. And today we're going to look at a collection of pictures that are apparently the most Canadian pictures in history. So let's see what kind of insights I can learn from these. Starting with this first one, Canadian police officers meditating before they start their day. This is fantastic. We need this. wait a minute. The world needs this. Wait, this proves Canada is different because you better believe you would never find a group of American police officers acting this relaxed, this zen. This is fantastic. Like, seriously. Like, I'm not even joking. Our American police need to do this. Do Canadian officers actually meditate to start the day? It makes sense in that line of work. It's very stressful, and this makes too much sense. Canada, is this just proof that you're doing things right? Is that what this is gonna be? Let's keep going. Canada, already great, eh? Found a pretty cool hat at the store today. Canada, already great, eh? This is a parody of the Donald Trump red hat. Make America Great Again. And I like this one. I like this version. Canada, already great, eh? That is funny. And I get the reference. Already, and subtle sort of humble brag as well. Like, Canada, don't need to make it great again. It's already great. And I like it. I've never seen that before. All right, this moose literally followed me home. I don't know if this one does make Canada. It proves Canada is different. It proves that Canada, in a way, is a cool place with the wildlife, but it's also a scary place. That's what this photo kind of proves to me. As an American, it's like, we don't encounter moose. Is this moose gonna hurt you? Is it staring at you because it wants something? I don't even know what to give a moose. It's just staring at me through my door. My dog is the dog's looking at it. I feel like, come on, let's just walk away slowly. I'm sure he'll leave. You check back later. 6 hours later, the moose is still staring at you in the middle of the night. And so it's definitely a Canadian thing. This is a very unique thing about Canada, that there are moose. But I don't know if that's a good one or not. Moose kind of scare me. All right. What else do we have? Canadians are notorious for being kind. Yes, this is a fantastic thing about Canada, and it is something that sets Canada apart. This is proof Canada's different. Bring back my wheelbarrow. Someone stole their wheelbarrow and they made a sign. Thank you for bringing back my wheelbarrow. You would never, ever have this interaction in the United States. First of all, no one would bother writing a sign, bring back my wheelbarrow, because no one would ever expect anyone to bring back their wheelbarrow. But then in Canada, not only do you make the sign, they got the wheelbarrow back, and they made a thank you sign. That's beautiful. Canada's a beautiful place. These photos are giving me life. Okay. Why Canada's different from the rest of the world? Canadian police on the job, taking photos of the wiener dog, but he has a little tiny hat on. What do you expect? I mean, joking aside, I like how Canadian police act more like people, like normal people. Like, they see a cute, funny dog, Dachshund, I think they're called. They want to get their cell phone out and take pictures. Probably should do it quickly and get back to work. In America, people would like take a photo like this of police slacking off and like post on social media and be like, hey, look at the cops not doing anything, killing all the people, and then taking pictures of dogs, and then they shot that dog, probably. You know, it's just all negative. Whereas here it's like, Canadian police seem like lighthearted people. Canadian citizens themselves want to take a picture of a dog. I like that. And that is something like you would never really see in the US. Police acting lighthearted like that. What else do we have? Everything about this says Canada. It's a sign. Is this your mitt? I think it says mitt. Found at base of this power pole. I washed and mended it for free. Good luck. Whoa. This is so wholesome. What the heck? I have never encountered some. I'm sure this doesn't happen all the time in Canada. Maybe it does. I don't know. But I would never see something like this in the US. I would be shocked. Someone actually found a mitt. I think it's a mitten. Fixed it and cleaned it, then stapled it back to the pole where it was lost. That is so cool. That's actually like why Canada is so cool. This sense of people looking out for each other, community, caring about each other, not just stealing each other's mittens, which is what would happen here. Canada really is its own special phenomenon of a country. This stuff would not happen anywhere else in the world. It's totally true. That's a decent reason to not drop the package off at my door. Bear at door. I've seen this photo before. Bear at door. I assume this is true, which makes it kind of astounding to me. Like, there is actually a bear at the door. There can be moose at the door. There can be bears at the door. Canada is different. Canada is a wonderful place, but sometimes a scary place. That's also what I'm learning. Okay, Canadian victims of theft. If you steal our rhubarb, pull the root out with the stem. When you chop the stem at the base, the rhubarb doesn't grow back. Please be a considerate thief. I can't believe there's all these Canadian thieves out here stealing rhubarb. But yeah, I would expect... I guess they're not nice because they're not pulling the rhubarb in the right way. It's really the victims of these crimes. That's something I'm learning from these photos. Canadians, when they are... when crimes are committed against them, they like to make signs to giving the thieves advice or telling them to like give back the stuff. And it oftentimes seems to work, and it's very funny. I like that, thieves. Come on, thieves. Don't ruin the rhubarb. What is this? Canadian police clash with citizens. Again, there's so many Canadian police photos in here, and I think it's because it is such a shocking disparity, shocking difference between this photo of the cop having a freaking water gun fight. It's... I almost didn't believe this was real. They're having the time of their life. Just the fact that the people with the water gun feel like they can spray this Canadian police officer with water, and they won't pull out their taser or their firearm or do anything. As a matter of fact, they're playing back, spraying water on them from their water bottle. That says a lot. That like speaks a lot about Canadians and their relationship with police. Seems a lot better. Seems this picture just gives me like so much faith in Canadian society right there. Okay. Only in Canada, I swear. Another Canadian thing. It's a newspaper, says 700 Canadian doctors protest salary raises. Protest salary raises, saying we are paid too much. Is this real? Is this real? They demand a cut to pay. They demand a cut in pay to ensure care is given to other societal needs. Earn $400,000 annually. Doctors are paid $400,000 Canadian annually. Canadian. This is frying my brain. This is selfless. This is not. I mean, I don't know. It's amazing because, especially thinking about American healthcare and American doctors, the name of the game here as a doctor is to make as much as possible. There's no limit. The whole idea is that healthcare is basically a business in the United States. So this concept of doctors, actually the doctors themselves protesting and saying, okay, we are paid enough, give the rest back to society, is almost unbelievable. If this is real, like, biggest respect ever. That's incredible. And honestly is one of the biggest differences between American and Canadian society I've ever seen, summed up in one newspaper headline. This absolutely fits the title. but for proving why Canada is different from the rest of the world. That's amazing. What the heck? Okay. We're living 3 seasons at once right now in September. Oh my god. You have like the blossoming flowers, the snow, and then trees changing, like the fall in the background. Is this a real picture? How does this work? Where does this person live? Like right on the edge of like the tropical temperature zones or something? How does this even work? I don't want to keep saying this, but is this real? Is this picture real? Can you trust anything on the internet? I want to. In this case, this proves Canada is different because it's defying the laws of nature. Okay, I mean, that's really cool. If this is possible somehow, which I'm not sure how it is, that's amazing. Canada is a mysterious place, sometimes a magical place. What else? Honest Canadian commuters. The workers were missing, and the automatic gates were broken. This is the result. People just putting their money on top of the machine to pay for, is this like to pay for the train or public transportation? The workers were gone and the gate was broken, and people just honestly, using the honor system, put money on top. This is kind of like beautiful. This like goes back to like, I don't know, the good old days. Before technology even, like when as a society, you had to just trust each other. Trust your fellow man. That is long gone in the United States. People would never do this because some American would come along immediately and scoop all this money up into their backpack and laugh and walk along. And I wouldn't be shocked. I'd be like, yeah, that's expected. Which is why this would never happen in the first place. And the fact that this can happen in Canada, that's amazing. That is beautiful, actually. This picture is beautiful. I need to frame this picture. And gives me faith in humanity. Faith in Canada. Canadian humanity. These photos are amazing. The things you see in a northern Canadian town. Pet friendly, except bears. Won't make that mistake again. I think I've seen this one. I've seen this one. I think at the time I also said, is this real? Is this real? This pet friendly. No bears though. They've tried. Only in Canada. Only in Canada. Okay. No, no bears. Are moose allowed? I won't even start. Christmas in Canada is difficult sometimes. I like this. This is very funny. How cute. Is this something they made at home? It's a beaver, the Canadian national animal, I believe. And it's chewed the Christmas tree and knocked it over. Very funny. I like that. Wow. What is this? A T-Rex running around with pistols, guns, but he can't do that. He can only run around with flowers. This is Meanwhile in Montreal. Is this a sign in Montreal? No T-Rexes with guns allowed. Only T-Rexes with flowers. Well, yeah, I don't know what you want. Nothing strange here. Makes sense to me. I don't want T-Rexes with guns, but flowers. Yeah, sounds good. Okay. Canadian parking ticket. Oh, a Canadian parking ticket. This ought to be good. Welcome to the Forks. We notice you forgot to pay for your parking today. No problem. It happens. No way. As a friendly reminder, you need to pay for parking where meters are present. This is only a warning. We want you to know all the money raised from parking goes back to running the Forks. This is just a friendly reminder. It's not some kind of scalding ticket saying what a horrible human you are and that you owe 10 times the amount of money in fines and that we'll see you in court in 6 months. This is just instead, it's a friendly ticket giving a friendly reminder. Is this a thing in Canada? Canada is incredible. Canada, oh my God, this is amazing what I am seeing today. Police in Montreal are protesting a labor dispute by not wearing their work pants. Canadian police are awesome. Cow pants and flower, sorta, almost tie-dye flower pants. How do they even have this pants? This is just pants they had at home. This is a protest of a labor dispute in the most fashionable way possible. Oh my gosh, Canadian police are awesome. Sensory friendly shopping. This is a grocery store in Summerside. Prince Edward Island has sensory friendly shopping every Tuesday to provide a welcoming environment for all our shoppers. Sensory friendly shopping. I'm not sure what that is. People who are prone to like overwhelming sensory input can go at these times, I think. Reduced store lighting. Suspended announcements, no music, no noises, no cart collection. It's just less sensory input for people who have that kind of problem or difficulty functioning. The fact that places in Canada even think about accommodating these types of things is pretty amazing. Like, it's pretty amazing what Canada seems to do and actually care about its community and stuff like this. It's really cool to see, honestly. Police officer stops to buy a drink at a lemonade stand in Kenora, Ontario. Again, there's a lot of Canadian police photos in this collection. I don't mind it, because it is awesome, and something that we could really use, like, desperately in America is police acting like normal people. They're there to serve the community. They're public servants, and they're there to gain your trust and protect you. While, providing law enforcement and enforcing the rules, but pulling over, buying a nice lemonade from a young Canadian child, that's a nice thing to do. You love to see it. I'd love to see that here as well. Very wholesome. This ticket I got while visiting Canada. Oh, another Canadian ticket. We were on patrol in your area. This is a police ticket. Residence. What is this? Badge ID. Thank you for properly securing your property and valuables. It's a ticket where they've checked off there's no concern. As a matter of fact, they're thanking you for doing a good job protecting your stuff. What on earth is this? How is Canada so wholesome and nothing shocks me anymore with this. This is amazing. This like brings me back to school or something as a little child. Even as adults, we like positive reinforcement. I'd love to get a ticket saying, hey, you're not getting punished for anything. As a matter of fact, good job. Good job parking. Good job locking up and protecting your stuff. See you later. That's just nice. Canada just has nice stuff. Positivity. Wow. Canada is I can't speak for the rest of the world, but these pictures definitely prove how different Canada is to America. And honestly, I don't think you see this in the rest of the world either. This is pretty amazing. The most Canadian picture ever taken, really. This is some moose, I think, running outside of a Tim Hortons. I don't know if it's the most Canadian picture ever in history. They're not like carrying a case of maple syrup while running through poutine, like wearing plaid, jumping over an igloo by a Tim Hortons. The moose aren't doing that. It's not the most Canadian picture ever, but for being a real picture, it's pretty funny, and only something you'd see in Canada, that's for sure. Graffiti in Canada. Have a good day, eh? Smiley face. I've never seen... I'm laughing, but this is honestly so true. I have seen pictures like this of Canadian graffiti, where it's like positive messages, and I'm sure there's also regular Canadian graffiti, but there is no positive graffiti in America. There's never, not even as a joke, there's never like a, have a nice day graffiti. So I actually love these. Graffiti in Canada. Oh, yes. Your mom is a nice lady. Again, your father is proud of you. Bathroom graffiti in Canada, very positive. Again, we could all use this. This is why Canadians are so positive. You're getting these little special nice messages on the inside of your bathroom toilet doors. It's nice. This is one of the most Canadian things I've ever seen. a goose drinking Tim Hortons coffee and probably about to go berserk. I've heard about the Canadian geese and what they're capable of. And on coffee, I don't think the person who took this photo was ever heard from again. Yes, this is a very Canadian photo. I'll admit, the geese. A lot of Americans don't even know about the Canadian geese. I had to learn about that. Canadian winters be harsh, but we still find a way to barbecue. Wow. Props. Respect. Sticking his head outside the window. You know, that's just a Canadian ingenuity at its finest here. Barbecue. Do Canadians like a good winter barbecue? Americans don't even bother. Although a lot of the winters aren't even that bad here. But winter can be quite extreme in Canada. So yeah, crack open a window. The bottom half of his body is in pure bliss right now. I'm sure that he's got the temperature cranked up and just dips the upper part of his body out to flip over the wings. Nice. A guy at my university in Canada walking to class. I don't get this. Canadians are, bless them, amazing, wholesome, friendly, community, but a little crazy when it comes to the winter. What's with the shorts and t-shirt in the winter? Canadians, what's with this? Like, are you trying to just feel alive? Are you just so over the winter that it's like, forget it. The winter thinks it's getting the best of me. No, screw winter. I'm gonna go outside in a t-shirt and show it what I'm made of, and like to tick off the winter, to get revenge. Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of why. Why do Canadians do this? Or is it because Canadians, after a few years, maybe growing up, you just don't feel the cold anymore. You just don't feel anything. And then you see a message on the inside of graffiti on the inside of a bathroom door, and you come back and are like, okay, everything is right again. I'm sure that scenario happens all the time. What else? Sorry to cause this mess in your house. This is in Canada. Even the robbers are polite. Sorry to cause this mess in your house. I just wanted some food but broke a glass. Be careful. The floor is not fully clean. What the heck? Even the burglars, the thieves, the dregs, the worst of Canadian citizens, are very nice. The thieves breaking into your home are putting out messages like, don't hurt yourself. I'm sorry I had to do this. That's so darn Canadian. And you'd never see this in America. That's for sure. You'd probably see a note saying, screw you, haha, stole all your stuff, idiot. And that would be signed thief. That's what you get in America. Police stop at a Canadian half marathon. Again, police putting up the high five. Like, just making an appearance for the community. It's honestly really cool. And this is another police one. Police playing ball hockey with neighborhood kids, just a normal day in Canada. I love this. I love how active in the community Canadian police are. When I was very young in school, they tried to bring like one police officer into school to like talk to the kids and hang out and kind of show that police have a presence and are friendly and are human beings. And I feel like some of that has been lost over the years. And so it does my heart good seeing these Canadian police photos where the police are like just hanging out in the community. Okay, on the way home in Canada when, oh my God, knowing what I know about Canadian geese, this is terrifying. This guy's either about to punch it, floor it, and drive through this pack of geese, do what he has to do, or he's about to turn around and run for dear life. He just rolled up on a gang of geese. Who knows what they were doing before this moment? They're probably a little annoyed. Their geese meeting was just foiled. Fashion at my small town Canadian bar. Of course. This is mandatory Canadian attire, isn't it? Plaid. Does this happen in Canada? Like, do people actually wear the stereotypical red plaid in Canada? Since I'm looking at a picture of it, and it seems like everyone wore it, It's really making me think. This is a stereotype about Canadians. Is it true? Or is this plaid night at the bar? Or I like to think this is just, again, what sets Canada apart from the world. Every single person at all times is wearing plaid. Yes, for sure. And you know what? This is a very long video. A lot of great pictures. These are hilarious and teaching me a lot about how Canada really is. Proof Canada really is quite different from the rest of the world. I feel like this is a documenting Canada and the insider information on Canada. But I think I'm going to stop here for now and continue the rest of this in part 2. So if you've enjoyed this video so far, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment, perhaps with what you thought about any of the photos I saw here today and these things that do set Canada apart from the world, honestly, in a great way. And if you're interested in more videos like this, or part 2, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.